Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As I was walking up here, I was thinking to myself, as if it's not enough to speak after Archbishop Desmond Tutu, now I have to speak after the founder and the co-founder. But in true ALA spirit, I will be bold, and I will share with you a few words that I prepared for you tonight. In 2006, on a lovely summer evening, I met a complete stranger at a small dinner gathering. He was young, and he had a dream to change the future of Africa. Now, that is quite an ambitious task. So I figured that this young man was surely worth my time. 2 years later, I made the commitment to join the man we now know as Fred Swanika and his team to make this dream come true. Why? One famous theologian and author, known as William Berkeley, was once quoted saying, "There are two great days in a person's life, the day we are born and the day we discover why." Tonight, I wish to share with you my journey of discovering why. You see, my mother is a brilliant storyteller. So one evening, I sat down to listen to another of her stories. On this particular evening, she was reminiscing over the early 60s. She told me about the thrill of independence, flags flying, people cheering and screaming as they ushered in a new era. Leaders made speeches of an ideal world full of promises of freedom and its merits, an ideal world that was more beautiful than any past they had known. But somewhere along the road, many things went wrong. Last year, on the 9th of December, Tanzania celebrated its 47th independence anniversary. My mother still waits for the promise of independence. Why is Africa yet to achieve its full potential economically, politically, and socially? My quest for knowledge afforded me the privilege of visiting and living in numerous places inside and outside Africa. My first trip outside the continent was to an interesting country also known as Norway. I still remember the first day I landed in Oslo. As I drove through the country, I found myself in tears. Indeed, it was a cold day, and I'm a tropical girl. Those two simply don't match. But it wasn't the cold that was wetting my cheeks. It was the realization for the first time that somewhere on this planet, poverty was silenced. And then I reasoned, if I could solve the Norwegian equation, perhaps I could understand the secret to success. Since then, I've spent my time studying, researching, working, all in the pursuit of understanding the plight of Africa. In the end, it all came down to one thing: failure in leadership. I came to ALA because I have refused to accept the so-called doomed state of Africa. For a continent which has endured many hardships, I think it's time for us to move forward. But we can only do so through the actions of visionary and responsible individuals, this generation of ALA students. It is high time that we pursue progress, and that the beneficiaries of this progress be the people of Africa, not a small group of corrupt individuals we mistakenly call leaders. Surely we cannot advance while ignoring the very people whose lives we profess to improve. I came to ALA because I believe that Africa's progress is something that we Africans must do for ourselves. Indeed, it can be facilitated by the help of others, but the core task remains ours. As history has taught us, Africa cannot be developed from the outside. Africans have to be the architects and the builders of their own development. I'm here today because I finally graduated from idealizing about the future of Africa over dinner tables and decided to be part of a team striving to make a difference on the ground. I came to ALA because I believe in the power of education institutions to transform young minds. Teaching at ALA has been a tremendous learning experience. ALA has innovative minds, energetic and talented individuals, and I'm sure a lot of you have had the opportunity this weekend to see that. And we even have funny characters. But most importantly, we are a community of people brought together by a common goal, building a better future for Africa. We are all in the business of writing another chapter of the African story. This story includes Africa's cultures, Africa's economies, Africa's politics. It is about what Africa did right and about what Africa did wrong. But most importantly, what we all can do to mark Africa's future. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight in this room, to these young men and women, we are getting a glimpse of the promise that this generation of ALA students brings to Africa. And yes, while the full impact of ALA may be felt in the long term, I believe that we will start seeing changes in just a few years, few enough for you and me to see the beginnings of a prosperous Africa in our lifetime. To every donor, parent, sister, brother, friend, and all our well-wishers, thank you for believing in our dream. After all, we are all here tonight because we are brought together by a force that is greater than all of us. It is not men, and it is not women. It is not race, and no, it is not ethnicity. It is not South, nor is it North. It is neither status nor nationality. It is Africa, the cradle of humankind. Thank you.